Let's go see what Gary's working on. Why he's getting scrap wire or metal from his garden. Well, that's it. We're working on it. Well, he is. What a gorgeous day. It rained yesterday, most of the night, and look at the sky and how crisp and clear everything is. Hi everybody, it's Robbie from Southern California, and today we're going to do an update on the dog kennel. Now let's explain what is going on here. The kennel is put together except for the top. We don't have the top on right now, but there may be a speed up or a slow down, whatever way you want to look at it. Now, why would there be a speed up or a slow down? There is a slight medical issue here that needs to be taken care of. So because of that, we're trying to see what we can get done and what we can't get done. Now, whatever Gary can't get done, I'll try to finish after that. He's going to do cementing. In a nutshell, Gary's got to go in for surgery, and that will be in a few weeks. So he's trying to get everything done before. That's the way he is. And I know how it is. I did the same thing when I went in for mine. So what he's going to do in the next few days is pour a footing. And this is what I wanted to show you because I don't think you've seen it completely done yet. Instead of putting the whole thing here, and what is there, 20 feet here, and having it all cement, which would be a lot of money and unnecessary. I like having the ground open. So when the plants are in there and the water falls, it goes into the soil. I could even plant in the ground if I wanted to, though the soil isn't that great. It's all clay and as hard as a rock, but I could change things around. But we talked about this in the other video when we started the updates on the new dog kennel. And the best way I think to do it was a footing. It uses a lot less cement, quicker and easier to do, and all he's going to do is fill out all this from the inside here. What will happen when this is all dry, and it only takes a couple days. So once he gets this done, and it goes all the way around, then Gary and I will lift this, and you know, it's not as heavy as it looks, and we will move it. I mean, we moved this one. We had this one all over the place. We turned it around. We brought it out here, then we moved it back there. It worked really good. It was easy to move. The only thing I don't know if he's going to be able to do, he said he'll do it for me, is put the 1/4-inch wire on. Now that is something we haven't talked about. This 1/4-inch wire is going to keep out even more critters. And this is why I want to talk more on the details on the dog kennel, how it's going to work for you, me. You know, I might sit for a minute. Got an old chair here. The dog kennel, oh, the chair is wet. The dog kennel can keep out whatever you want. Remember, it's built to keep dogs and cats in. So whatever it is built and designed to do on the inside will work on the outside. So if you personally are dealing with dogs, cats from the neighborhood getting into your garden and digging it up, this is the answer for you. You don't need a large dog kennel to grow in. Look what I'm growing. Oh, I haven't even set this up yet. I've just got some thyme growing, some cuttings growing in here. I've got lettuce started. This is not even really set up yet. It's just something I've been going in and starting, and I'll probably start seeds in there. It will keep all the critters out, including probably rabbits, but once you put the 1/4-inch wire just around the base, now you can keep out all your rodents, all of them, big and small, and everything will not be able to get in. Can they get in on the top? We're going to fix that. I'm going to be doing that. This is the way I wanted it. This is about 4 foot tall, and the wire, and then that will keep out from the bottom. You'll see it step by step. This is the first step on that. So that's why I'm crazy about dog kennels. Do I need it? Truthfully, I really don't, because I'm doing this more as an experiment, because we grow so much that even if some of the food here gets eaten by wildlife, I still have more than enough for ourselves. Everything is always growing, tomatillos and tomatoes and squash and everything. It's perfect, but I want to see how this is going to work. For so many of you that tell me you've given up, oh, don't give up. There are easy ways to fix it. These dog kennels are about $250. There are 2 of them here. And if I step back, I can show you the single one. This is the single one. It's 8 foot long, 6 foot tall, 4 foot wide. Plenty of room to grow enough food for a family of 2, maybe even more if you really think about it. I got 2 dog kennels here. Why? Because it's not going to be 16 foot long. we're not using the back panel. We have 2 back panels here. These panels here are 2 feet, which is now extending the 4 feet that we have here on the side. And Gary put them on the back. So now I'm gaining an extra 4 feet because we're putting the 2 from one on one side, the 2 on the other. I hope I haven't lost you. So let's say this is from one set and this is from the other set. Now I've extended and got all this from here to here. Let me step back. All that is extra. So when you buy 2, you gain 4 feet. If you bought 3, which you wouldn't need, but if you really wanted to, you would even gain more. You'd gain 6 feet. This is more than enough. And this is going to be perfect. I can do one side. I think it'll be easy for me, but again, I'll see when I get into it, to do one side here so I can walk in and service whatever I grow. And I could put something on the bottom here and grow in the ground. Because again, I have soil in there. I think this is going to be an answer for so many of you that say you can't garden because of critters and issues. This is no joke. It will really work good. Now the top is this. This has been now close to a year. It was set up last November. I never got to it. Life happens. But look how beautiful this looks. This is like new. So I'm going to say these things will last a good 2 years, and at that point you can just cover it with a tarp if you want to, or wire, whatever, or put fiberglass or something on top if you want it to be lighter. We have a lot of sun here, so I don't mind it being shaded on the top. It'll get plenty of sun from the side. As far as the wire, once this is set up, this will probably last a lifetime. You put 1/4-inch wire on, this will last a lifetime. You want to paint this black, it will disappear. We've thought about it, and maybe I'll do the other one, because when you take black paint, just plain flat black paint, and you roll it with a roller, like you would roll in the house, it just will, one coat, the whole thing will disappear. Notice the black, how easy you can see through the wire? Well, that's what happens when you paint it. I've done this forever with anything I've had outside with wire. Just a roller, black paint. It's cheap. Just go over it once and you can see right through. Is that important to me? I don't know. We'll see as time goes on, because a lot of this I will be doing once he has this set up. So his goal is to get the cement poured, hopefully this week. We will move it in place, and I do want him to put the tarp tops up, because for now, this is the way I'm going to leave it. I can change it later. Now the back half, the 4 foot extra, will not have a tarp, because the tarps are going to fit on those things. This will either be wired, and I'm actually thinking to go straight across the top. I don't care if I have to duck a little bit here. It's 6 foot tall at the peak, so I can walk, and I'm no 6 foot tall. But if he puts wire here, so I just duck here. So we'll kind of see how that goes. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. He said he could peek it and put wire, but it's not important. So I duck for 4 feet, and I don't have to duck that much. It's still, this is a good 5 feet tall. So to me, it's no big deal. So we'll see again when he gets to that point, and I'm sure he will long before he goes in for a surgery, on how it will work. We'll get it set up. And then from there, if we don't get the wire on, or I decide to go a different route, which is very possible, I might not put the 1/4-inch wire on till later. And there's a possibility I won't even need it, because I have other ideas. So that's what's going on with the dog kennel. I'm really excited, because I know if you have a patio, a deck or something, you can get one of these, put it out there, and nothing's getting in there. You've got an insect problem, this is your answer. Now, some of you have said, how does that stop insects? You cover this in black tulle. It doesn't have to be black, but I will be using black. Black tulle, and you will have no insects getting in there. The only time they'll get in there is if they follow you in. So what? You're going to deal with a couple versus millions from nature? No big deal. You can take care of it. Plant gets insects on it, carry the plant outside if something happens. We can make this insect proof. We can make this rodent proof. We can make this weather proof. You want to make this in a greenhouse for the winter? Go to Dollar Tree, get some $1.25 curtains, shower curtains, cover the whole thing. What is it going to cost you? $1, 2, 3, 4, maybe $5, $6. You can cover this and make this into a beautiful greenhouse. I've done it. And let me tell you something. Those shower curtains from Dollar Tree, not only did I use them all through the winter and into the early spring, but I took them off and folded them up. They never tore. And I've used them all over the garden. I believe I had them in the chair garden. I had them against the wall to save a lot of plants. There are so many things we can do on the cheap that is just as good, and we don't have to spend a lot of money. Your biggest investment will be the kennel itself for about $250. I did call the company. I have nothing to do with them, but they did say at Black Friday, they put them on sale through different companies that sell them. They'll be like 10, 15% off. So you'll get a little bit of savings then if you want. There are other copycat models. And if you'd rather go with that, they're a tiny bit shorter. So if you're not real tall, you know, that's okay. Otherwise, they look the same. I mean, being a copycat, there's going to be shortcuts on there that they're going to save money on. But if you're okay with that, you can get them for $200. And that is good too. So it's whatever you need. But like I said, if you have a patio with cement, you got it made. You sit it on the cement. You don't have a big rodent problem, not a lot of rats or mice. Sit it out in your garden and then keep all your neighborhood cats out or your own dog. These are fantastic. The company has told me they've never heard of anybody setting this up for a garden. They do know that people buy these for chicken coops, which is interesting. And that would be really good to keep the chickens nice and safe because there's nothing that's going to get in there to get those chickens. Yeah, no, the only thing that would get in there would be a skunk, and I don't even know if the skunk can squeeze through that wire. So that's what's going on. I just wanted to kind of give you a heads up. I'll let you know when he cements it, and I will come back hopefully one day this week so you can see that. And then I'll get you a clip of us or whatever it moved on here. And it should look really cool on there. And he's doing this because of our wood chips. If we didn't have wood chips here on the ground, we would not have done that. It would have stood on the hard soil. It would have been fine. But he dug it through, and there was about 6 to 8 inches of wood chips that was broken down. And he was afraid, because I told him to leave it, but he said no, that it would sink and it would rock, and we would have it go tip one side and possibly tip on the other side. And he wanted it to be stable. So being on a footing, it will be nice and stable. So go ahead, leave your comments. What do you think? And I know some of you are going to say, Gary, don't push yourself. He always does. And he's supposed to recoup too afterwards. They said 6 months to a year. So we'll see how it goes. He's not going to recoup. He's gone through this before. And then as soon as he's home, he's back to doing things. I'm going to see if I can tie him down. Maybe I'll keep putting him on live and make him sit. I don't know. I'm kidding. I want to get this updated on this because why it's taken so long. He's getting a lot of other things organized in his garden and other things around here. So this way he can step back and not have to stress out on what has to be done. And of course, I'll be taking over whatever I possibly can. And we'll see how it goes. It's just the two of us, so we have to work it out. So I hope I've given you a good update and you know what's going on and why it's been a little slow on this, because this would have been done already had it not been for what's coming in the next few weeks. Everything should be fine. I will keep you all updated. Give me your comments and your thoughts on this. I'll come back in the next few days, hopefully, with the footing. So with that, have a wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. And I'm going to go in and have breakfast. I just stepped out here for a moment. It's just so beautiful and thought I'd give you an update on that. Have a great day again. And don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye. This is going to be really cool. So I'm wrapping up my video I did early this morning. It's still pretty outside. And I found Gary is now working on here because I think he's going to do the cement work tomorrow. He's putting wire. As you can see, it's this wire here. Let's see if you can see it there. And he said that's going to be poured, well, be under the cement poured, and it's going to hold it. Let's see if he has anything to say. I know he's tired. He's been working all morning after I came in. Do you have anything to say on this? So what's the wire for?
This is just some scrap ray mesh I'm putting in. It may not do much. This will eventually crack, but may help hold the concrete in place and not wobble around once it cracks. But this will just give it a little bit of strength.
And you're pouring the cement tomorrow?
Yeah,
maybe?
Maybe tomorrow. I've got my mixer set up, ready to go in position where I want it. and I just have to get the bags of cement, and I'll do that in the morning and just go for it.
Okay, then maybe I'll come out tomorrow. So that's it. I'm going to let him get back to work. Wow, it's only like 1:30 and you're already sitting in the shade. The sun disappears so fast these days, and we haven't even changed the clocks. I think that's next weekend. All right, then I'll come back tomorrow and we'll take a look. And you just got a little bit more wire, and that's what you're going to do today?
Yeah, just today I'll just put a little bit of mesh down and call it a day.
Okay, well, wave goodbye. I'm just going to add this on to the
Bye.
end. Okay, he's saying goodbye, and we'll check it this week and we'll come back and see what it looks like. Cool.